through. Because there's a time I was asking mother, how do you bring yourself? She has lost 2 parents. But how do you bring yourself to a place whereby you feel you are healed, you have the confidence to walk to the to the next level? But that if I do not watch it, it will cause a physical defect. Nikikaa na wewe nitaona unanionea unanisemea hivyo because of that. Ama even when you don't mean to do something, I'll feel like I'll reference to that issue, even when that person does not even know the issue. So the state of the soul is what I'm feeling. The doctors are trying to get rid. If you are being given a chewing gum so that you can bring concentration, then hii kitu iko ndani yako inafanya hiyo concentration isiwe ni nini. Kuna nervousness, kuna situations in life. And I think those things are the questions we are supposed to ask now. Bring ourselves to, I have gone through this and I am not getting healed. I have suffered this. I am not, I think I need a direction towards this thing. Then that you are able to heal, and then the Lord will start ministering, He start healing you, and then you are able now to move and compose yourself. You have to, yani you reach to a place whereby unasikia ndani yako uko mzima. Maana naweza kuwa mzima, siko na mgonjwa, but I am breaking from within because of series of things that have happened in my life. The way I was brought up, the way I was treated, or I reach into a certain junction, kitu kikafanyika kwangu, I have not been able to handle it up this time. It is not, like now, let me speak the truth. There is a time I used to fear marriage. Talk about marriage, I fear. That thing lifted when you talked in Samburu concerning now the clinging, and you brought in the clear thing about why are you marrying and why are you getting married. Then that time is like the Lord ministered and broke that thing, and the fear lifted. Ikaenda, ikaondoka. Hii kitu ambacho inanieka in a state whereby I'm engaged to a guy and I am feeling there is no surety. I am in fear. I even don't want to talk because I'm feeling I don't know whether it will work. There is that thing with that fear is kuna kitu ilileta hiyo kitu. Na then hiyo kitu inanifanya sina confident when I am getting to marriage, when I want to get married, when I am entering into a courtship or a relationship, kuna kitu within me that wants to be calmed down. So you find when I enter into a relationship, yule mtu hatanielewa because I start saying things. There is a quarrel, there is this, because kuna ile perspective ya marriage niliyoiona na ninataka kuleta that person into that which, yani there is that understanding that is lacking. And I want to position myself to that real understanding so that now I can have confidence and not have even that physical defect. Nikienda into that marriage, I am whole. I can be patient. I can act like a woman. I can be that person. I think hii kitu, it's not about chewing gum. It's also so many things.
Okay. How many feel it is about many things, like she is saying? Okay, I'll come to you. Let us speak. We hear. What do you think is causing that? You lost kile ulikuwa unataka kusema, eh?
You said something that has
changed to your look.
No, I wanted to talk about chewing.
Okay, endelea kutoka hapo alafu tuendelee mbele.
So I want to conquer with what our brother Duncan is talking about. When those patients with stroke, remember one of the nursing care we give to the patients with stroke is physiotherapy, which is more of exercising the muscles, and this will include the muscles that of mastication. So for chewing, and the muscles that help in chewing. Remember, if a stroke patient, if a person gets into stroke, in affecting one side, and may affect, like now, affect the whole of this, which every organ on this side will be affected, including the muscles that chew. So this client or patient will be told to chew to exercise the muscles of chewing or mastication. Let me address the issue of students using sweets in exams. They are not given chewing gums. They are given sweets. And like now when we were doing exams, I saw these things starting when I was in Chogoria. We used to be given sweets when we were sitting down for the nursing council exam or exams that are going to take like 3 hours. The main thing of this, the sweet, siko naona kama we used to take them before the exam. We used to be given, we keep. So you were seated there, your brain is working. Mainly the brain, you use the simple sugar glucose. So as you continue doing your exam, the glucose levels you go down. The sugar levels you go down. So you given the main aim of getting this sweet is to you take and then it decreases the blood sugar for your continuation as you do your exams. When you go for the seminars, we are not given chewing gums. We are given sweets. Now sweets, they are made with that simple sugar that can easily be absorbed quickly. So that's why when you're hungry, you can unaweza enda kwa duka and you take a sweet and you feel like you've eaten. Sindio? So it is that the content in the sweet, it has simple sugars, which in the digestive system, they are broken very easily and very quickly, and they are taken up by the system. So your brain goes back to a state of, it has more energy. When it comes to, I think, okay, let me address, like now when I was talking about this issue, you go to class, and in the afternoon, actually me, I want to say like, Wambui, I buy that 20, the 20 pellet. That is mainly to be used in class. The pellets, the fruit juice, there's 20, there are 20 of them. Yes. Simply because, okay, that issue of concentration. Okay, you are trying to address what is this taking your concentration. That is where I saw there is an issue. But mainly, when it comes now, the respect to the person, I think there is a problem. And also, for example, there's a time we were found by a certain tutor chewing. And she was a bit elderly, and she rebuked us of chewing. So we were wondering, what is wrong? Because we have a physiology teacher, he's coming in class chewing. So we also thinking the same problem we are having. We are saying, uyu mama ni analog. Yes, see, digital, amezeka. You know, that mother is elderly, and she told us like this. Those people who are chewing, it shows you're not thinking. We felt abused. So when director was talking about chewing, that's when now I came to my mind. But on the other hand, we are trying to, this analog is not understanding why we are chewing. We are trying to gain concentration. And then also the media. We have the advert, PK, and every time they are bringing in, it's not fresh, PK, they have that advert. They talk of chewing, something like improving your brain. I can't remember what they write, but they advocate for it. So the issue is I was trying to bring myself, if I'm outside there, can I chew, or when I'm in a meeting, can I chew or not? Okay, you've already said when I'm in a meeting, it shows disrespect to the person who is talking. But when I'm out there, I mean, yeah. Yeah, there is something else that is involved. When you're trying to chew, there is something else that is involved.
Those are the people I want to hear. What is involved in you? Sarah?
Okay, I think it's deeper than the chewing, because I believe that mostly when I find myself reaching for the chewing gum, I've found that my inside is too loud and I want to get something from outside which is louder than what I'm feeling within at that time. Because I've found that it's not actually only when I'm chewing. Sometimes I may get in the house, maybe there's something within which I'm trying to sort out. I'm feeling like I'm not getting a solution to that thing. Maybe it's something which has recurred in my life. I'll find that if I don't have something to chew, mostly I'll even reach for the music. I want the music in the house to be too loud, such that I don't want to hear my mind, what is going through my mind at that time. And I'll find myself maybe resting on the bed or on the seat, saying that I'm resting, listening to the music. But of late I've realized if I want to sort that out, unless I sit down with myself first and sort out what is within me, then I may still listen for the music. After that, the emptiness is there. I may maybe say to myself that as I come from work, the work I've done, I'm too tired, but I've realized it's not about the work, because it's about what is within. And this is what I've found out. As the days goes by and there's something I've not sorted out, maybe I can say about myself that mostly I'm those people who will not move out and tell people this is what I'm going through. I want first of all to try and sort issues out. Even if they are hand issues, I want to sort them out. I want to get the answers. And if that goes on for 1 day, 2 days, I normally feel my system being affected. And I'll find that I'm not reaching for the gum.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Right now, when you are looking at that struggle you've been in,
Okay.
what is some of the issues that you have not sorted out?
Okay, I can give an example. Like, maybe I can give an example, 3 levels of examples. I can talk about my foundation, the background. Let me use that as an example. I've found out this.
What I'm asking, I'm saying this is, as you are struggling,
Okay.
you are saying, I end up doing this because of something. And that thing is not yet sorted out. Those are the things I want you to bring out. In this situation, I've walked this way, and I found it the one creating this.
Okay. Because we are in a youth meeting, let me give the example of marriage. Okay, if I look at myself, I've completed school, I'm not a Form 4 leaver, I've gone up to the university, I have a job, and then mostly I've found this, that when I move back to the family, my mother will ask me, why are you not married? I move back to the society, what is happening? I move back to the staff room. Sometimes in the staff room, they would keep on talking about you are not married. They may not even mention my name. But sometimes you may find that the gossip in the staff room, they'll keep on talking about those people who are going over menopause without getting married. They'll say that you'll not have a kid. Like another guy will keep on telling me, if you're not getting married, you'll get a moron as a child. A person will not be thinking. Another one will come and tell me that as the years have advanced, when it comes to getting a child, utakuwa shosho in a primary school when we are in a secondary and university. So when I sit down with myself, then there's a question I always ask myself. Na hiyo ikuwa, okay, that one did not disturb me before. I'll ask myself then, at my age, why am I not married? Then, this is something I've realized as, okay, before I would ignore that that's an issue I would not even want to sort out. I would assume that as time goes by, things will sort themselves out. But then when I sat down, I realized I have a problem. And my problem is this. Okay, I would tell myself, I would like a person who is perfect. I would like to have a person of my status. Actually, I'm the one who asked about status, school, class, and background. I raised that question. Then I would like to have a person, maybe when I come in the house, maybe we can converse at the same level. A person who understands maybe what I've gone through when I'm working. A person whom I can raise an issue concerning the school and the person is able to tell me or help me in sorting it out. At the same time, I would like maybe a person who is mature spiritually, maybe for guidance and all that. Then I realized when the people I come across, I realized I'm not able to accommodate them. Then when I started praying about that, I also realized I've learned a kind of, what can I call it? A price list. Quality number 1, written. Number 2. So every time, in case you want to approach me, I'll raise that. Ninaiangalia, I look at you, and I'll say, no, I'll fight. So I realized this is an issue I've not sorted out. So mostly when I want to ignore that issue which has come up, I don't want to come to the realization of the will of God concerning my life. I'm mentioning that because God, there's something God is teaching me about His will and receiving what He has for me. Then before that, I would ignore. Even if I hear like God is talking of, listen to me or check what I have for you, I want to silence that voice, and I want to listen to what my own expectation, my own mind, and what the society expects. Then when I want to ignore that, I'll find that if I come in the house and that problem has come up in my mind and I don't want to solve it, even if we were with my friends, I'll tell them I'm tired. Then I go to the house. The first thing I'll do is I'll rock the house. Then I get, either I sit down or rest on the bed and then put the music on. And I'll make sure it is loud so that I'll not listen to the issue which is demanding to be settled from within me. That is one area about the marriage. Maybe I can give an example of another area I've been struggling with for some time. Okay, when I'm a person who grew up, maybe not knowing that, maybe I can say, not being assertive as such. I can talk about, I looked, when I started understanding issues, I always looked at my family background. And it became an issue in me. I'm a person who wants to come out of that poverty. I'm a person who wants to come out of that background where maybe all I've known in life is lack. They say you cannot have a good life. So I want to come out of that. And maybe I realized that when I got in the midst of others, maybe somebody is brought up in a nice environment, maybe the person has not known lack, the person has not known poverty. I realized that mostly I'll put a wall. Not because I want to hate this person, but I'll see like this person will not understand me. They will not understand maybe what I've grown, not knowing maybe the lack. And I found that for some time it became actually a problem, that I want to break out of this. I want to get to a better life. I want to live a good life. So I realized that most of the time I'll keep to myself. If I see something is not moving, my mind will always click back to where I've grown, and I'll see this is not possible. Kama wale hawakuweza kutoka hapo, I may not make a step ahead. And because when I'm with my friends, I'll not tell them that I have this problem. For some time, I realized that I went to an extent of things are not sorted out. I want to move out. Then I developed a problem of ulcers. That was sometimes back. So most of the time you find me on medication, but I remember one day we were in meeting at Kedaku. You prayed for me, and you immediately after you prayed, you told me, sort out your thought lines about what I'm thinking. That statement triggered my mind, and when I went back, that time I was on medication. I realized if I can set my thinking straight, I can do without the tablets. So even my parents were wondering, because anytime I get home, maziwa lazima iwe, dawa, the antacids and all that. And when I went back, within a week, when I started realizing this is not the end, this is their life, I have my life. That's where actually I began. Then I decided I can move higher than where they are and where they stopped. Then from there, I realized even the acid production started going down to an extent that at one time I couldn't even eat what they are eating, and it is not a problem. It continued like that until it almost stopped at one time. Then I realized later that when something again comes up concerning an issue to be sorted out, referring to the background, I shelf it, then the acidity would increase again. Then I learned I can make it a lifestyle, that I can sort out issues within me. But I had to create a confidence whereby even when I'm getting home and there's an issue to be settled, the first thing actually I'll hold to, even if the issue is too hard, I'll hold to my faith. And I'll tell myself, this thing can be sorted out. You are not the one in charge. God is in charge. Then from there, I'm able to sort the issue out. But before, I could not gain that confidence. Even my walking style and all that, you could look at me and I would say, like another teacher says, I would walk like a person who is apologizing. And vile mtu anatembea like you are sorry for being alive, you are sorry for being where you are, you are sorry like to be born in that family. And actually that has helped me a lot, because I've realized when I sort a problem from within, I will not even reach for the chewing gum. I can sit in a meeting and you may not find me reaching for the chewing gum. Why? Because I realized that when my within is composed, then I can easily sort things out. Sometimes even when I go to school, if there's an issue which is not settled, I'll get to a classroom, hold the chalk, and feel actually what I'm telling the student is not landing. And sometimes I'll give them a small assignment, then I walk out. I'll tell myself, I need to compose myself first. Then I get to the classroom. Because if I don't, that is the time you find some reactions. The student maybe will do something very small. You are there overreacting. You are over-punishing. Sometimes something which just required counseling. You first of all chase the student out. And by the time you realize you made a mistake, it's too late. Maybe the student has even gone home. The student has spent a whole day outside doing the punishment. But I realized the day I'm also composed, and the day I'm feeling the settlement within, that is the time students can reach out to me. I'll have as many friends that day. They will come and tell me even their problems they cannot tell other teachers around. But the day I'll come with, I'm not settled within, I'm not feeling like anything is working, I don't know what happens. Sijui nani huwa anawambia usikaribie. But the day I'm settled, they can address me. And because I want to maintain that continuity, where they don't come to me today, tomorrow they are not coming to me. I'm in the process of learning how to settle my within and to avoid the loud noise from outside. That's what I can say.
No. There is something I want you to address as we continue in this youth meeting. Nilifika mahali as I am struggling with this because there are so many issues. I didn't give all of them. You are trying to calm your soul down, and I am feeling I can't talk to a person because I feel like I cannot be understood, or my heart cannot be reached out. As Sarah was speaking, there is a place we miss when we come also to relate with God, bringing Him as our Father, and also trying to relate ourselves with you, coming to a position whereby I feel like I can come, I tell you everything that I want to tell you. That's my state. And I know you have a word about it, but I cross myself in. And I move away from it. I don't want to hear it. And I know for sure there is an answer to this situation, and there is something you can say that would heal my soul. And that is another possession. Now, your possession as a father, liberating from that. Then there is another possession. I realized, sio kitambo, I realized like the Lord has given me a pathway I should walk in and serve the people. Then I realized I am working so hard to try to show God, whatever you gave me, it will be accomplished. Then I forget the Lord is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the one that will bring me to this position. Teach me. I walk with Him. I give my whole to Him. Whatever the problems comes in. Kama vile amesema, tunafika mahali anasema akifika kwa nyumba, anasema I know God will sort this thing for me. But most of the time we try to sort it ourselves. And when we try to sort it ourselves and it is not being sorted, we end up in a mess. We end up in acids, as she is saying. Because the other day I went to the doctor and niambia ugonjwa ulikuwa nayo imeenda, lakini acid iko juu. So you feel like this, you struggle with things. And you are not being able to bring God to minister to you as a father. Render Him all your needs. To go to the right people or to the right person. Unamwambia, this is what I am going through. I think I need help. I think that one is in so many dimensions, structure, being brought up, and all those, so many things combined together. Hauna ile confidence ya kwenda na kusema, I am in a mess, I am in a problem, I need help. Kama vile Esther, umetuambia Esther alisema, na mfalme anapenda perfume gani? How does he like the women to the mode of his dressing in a woman? So bringing ourselves to that confidence of, I want to refer to a person, I want to be told, I want to be directed, we miss that path. Then another thing, an explanation, I think, tuingia kwa medical, we combine these things together. I was asking Stella, stroke inatoka wapi? So that you can be told to chew a chewing gum. Because I think, kulingana na mimi na nikosolewa in the medical world, I feel that person amefika mahali, kuna vitu amebeba, zime overweight, zime make the brain or the part of the body to lose the function. And then you are told, do this to practice this. Because I think kuna magonjwa inaletwa, like now when you anasema ulcers, imeletwa anafikiri sana until to the place whereby you have acid. It develops. Also you have, unakuwa na stroke because of some things. That I think also the medical world should, before you come to a place where the doctor anakuambia chew the gum, do exercise, do this. Where did this thing come from? Because reach to a position whereby we classify things, we understand things, we enter into things. I know when I go to a doctor and ananiambia, I think this is what you have, I am able to know it's not the medics, the drugs I need. I need to talk to a person. I need help, which can be sorted by understanding, getting out of this mess in a way. Sita need those drugs. Amesema akasema she found herself being helped. Ni kama Mungu alikuwa anamsaidia to help herself walk out of this mess. The acid went down and she left the drugs. So us reaching to a position whereby we are able to speculate something, or no, I think something is wrong. So myself, by the time I knew something was wrong, nilika. I went and sat and analyzed myself, what is happening. I'm feeling I am losing grip of everything. And I can't trust anybody. And then I come and say, what happened? Then somebody picks him or herself from that position and says that, and lays an arm and says, I think I need help in this matter.
Okay, let me say something. For example, the stewing, the one Stella is referring to, the one my brother referring to, of a person who has gotten stroke. Stroke, the origin is simply the mind has been weighed down. And the heart cannot carry the function. Because it is supposed to pump more blood. Vile akili zako zinafikiri, the heart is supposed to increase the pumping of blood. Ili iweze kusupply akili zako. Lakini the heart is timed, it can only pump 72 times yes, it pumps 72 per minute, per second. Per minute, sorry. Now, the minute you think, your mind start thinking, na iwe overloaded, na it is demanding the heart, increase the rate. So, then if it gets to 100, it cannot increase more. What happens? It fails. That is the issue. The higher the flow of the blood, the more the arteries cannot hold the flow that is required. Now obviously the arteries, kuna zingine, kuna blocking, kuna releasing. So, if the rate gets too high, na vein haitaongezeka. Because if you need more water, ukipump more water from the source, lazima uongeze capacity ya pipe. Sawa? Lakini your vein is timed, haiwezi kuongezwa. So if you overload the mind, what will happen? The vein will burst. Kwa maana the blood is demanding ile vein iwe kubwa. Then, if the vein does not burst, the heart will fail. So the origin was the overloading of the mind. Lakini baada ya jambo hilo kufanyika, what happens is the nervous system is affected. And the joints are affected. Hata kama you are being treated, even if they have done an operation, even if they have rectified the artery that has gotten a problem, you have to exercise your body again like a child. That is when you are given to chew. So the chewing is not supposed to bring a concentration on you, concentration. It is supposed to exercise back the organs that have already failed. For the one who is sick, it is okay. Because he is being given the gum, ili akae masaa yote joint zake zikienda. That is exercising. That is what they call physiotherapy. He is being told exercise ili the nervous system iamuke, so that the joints zirudi vile zilikuwa. That is a very different case. Ni kama mtu aliyevunjika mguu akauweka mwezi moja, baada ya hiyo hata mguu ukipona, you must exercise it for it to come back. So chewing gum, right now, mkono ukishindwa ukifa nervous system, lazima utapewa kitu ya kushika ili ukae ukifanya hivi, so that the nervous system ianze kuamka tena. Because the nervous system of a man and the joints and the bones, they are strengthened when you start using them. And the muscles and all that. And the growth that is required in the muscles. Now, that is something different. When you're given a gum to chew, at that point, it is supposed to be chewed. It is not creating an alertness of the mind. It is putting you in a situation where you are exercising something that has died. What we have is this issue that you are in you. There is something wrong. The mind is getting overloaded. The heart has an apprehension. And therefore, you are given gum to chew to calm your mind and to calm your heart. That is a problem. You may chew once, una relax, but the problem will not go. The chewing